And welcome to Healthcare Sucks. Tonight, we're going to cover some interesting stuff, guys. First of all, I want to make clear you and I, my viewers, your friends that have watched it, and myself putting out the broadcast, have called Oregon Health Department full of baloney for 2 weeks now. Officially, come to find out there's one official case and there's several other suspected cases. While Kate Brown came out on her little Twitter account and other formats and said over the last few days, just the last few days, including I believe up till today, that there's nothing to see here. There's nothing to worry about. It's all good. There isn't no cases in Oregon, and it's all good. So, little Kate Brown, you're a flat-out bald-faced liar, girl. We caught you in the act. It's time for you to own up, fess up, get in front of those cameras you like so much, and say, I lied. And explain why you lied, at least. And then, we'll go from there. Meanwhile, we're going to jump right into it. But I do want you to know that if Oregon and little Miss Kate's lying to us, the whole United States, most likely, and most of your governors and senators are lying to us. Not all of them. I want to make that clear. Here we go.
Another down day caps off the worst week on Wall Street since October of 2008. The Dow plummeted more than 350 points. The Nasdaq went up less than a point, and the S&P fell almost 25 points. Energy markets have been hard hit as investors fear a collapse in demand for jet fuel and gasoline. Hopes are high the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates March 18th.
Officials have confirmed a third case of community-spread coronavirus in Oregon. This news comes just hours after officials in Santa Clarita County confirmed a second case of the virus from unknown origins. A woman in Solano County was the first person infected with no clear ties to the origins of the virus either. She is in critical condition at UC Davis Medical Hospital. Now, world health officials are stepping up their global risk assessment to very high.
We do not see evidence as yet that the virus is spreading freely in communities.
CDC says.
And we've actually solved 2 mysteries today. You guys should be happy and, excited that we've seen through this sheet of lies. First, Oregon Brown, little Kate Brown, lying to us. Secondary, I know now why WHO has been lying to us and tapping it down. Because, and you're welcome to go look at it, and I posted it out there for you readers to read, and it was on Marfugel News TV show tonight. One of the viewers called in with it, is WHO has stuck money away in bonds and other people in countries and places. They're called high-risk bonds that gamble on, of all things, outbreaks and viruses. Can these people not get enough gambling? Can Wall Street and all these people, they don't have enough to gamble with reality things? They invent things to make money on? That's what happened. And WHO, I guess, has got, I believe, 450 million. Feel free to type it in and look it up. It's out there. 450 million involved with coronavirus and WHO, or 450 million involved with World Bank. Yes, World Bank, guys. So not just WHO, World Bank. We've got it all tied together now. Read between the lines. That's why they're not calling it. They're trying to wait it out. And World Bank is up to their neck in this stuff, I guess. Yeah, gambling with your and I monies and our futures and everything else. So, what did we do? I remember a few years back, we bailed out the banks, and I kept going, why? Because no bank is too big to fail, period. And you look, I don't look happy. I'm not happy about it. It wasn't my decision. And then they turn around and they spit in our faces and take the money and run. So with that, let's take another look at, since you just heard one coverage, and if you don't believe that channel about little Governor Brown, you might as well check out another one that covered it, which was, I'll be darned. Don't tell me it's gone. It can't be gone. They couldn't have pulled it, did they? Oh, here we go. And this is from, so again, I tell you, we are the 99%. We're all together, guys. But I covered one from one view. I'm going to cover it from the other side of the fence. In all fairness, if you're going to tell a story about somebody, you might as well cover both breakings. Now we'll see what they say about the wonderful little Kate Brown. We will see.
Thank you for being here this evening. This afternoon, we learned that we have Oregon's first case of the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Oregon's Governor Kate Brown announcing tonight the first presumptive case of coronavirus in the state of Oregon. They're calling it a presumptive case because it has not yet been confirmed by federal health authorities.
Did you hear the last broadcast? It's a confirmed case. Did you hear it from this channel? And that's why I'm looking at you. This channel? I'm sure some people love this person in this channel. At one time, in all clarity, I used to watch this channel at one time. Back when they told the truth. Back when they weren't blinded by hate and fury. But we're not getting into politics. I just want you to hear the other side of the fence.
Officials, but the Oregon health authorities announced tonight that they believe that this person has the coronavirus and that it is a case of community transmission. This is a person who does not have a history of travel to a country where the virus is known to be prevalent. They don't believe this person came into close contact with somebody else who is known to have the virus, and so it's now a matter of trying to figure out how this person got infected. Oregon health officials say they consider this to be a likely community transmitted case. This would make it the third in the United States. They are investigating this person's contacts. This person is currently in isolation at a local hospital. We've also just had word that health officials in Oregon say this person in Oregon, this patient, has spent time at a specific elementary school, the Forest Hills Elementary School in the Lake Oswego School District in Oregon. According to a message sent to the community of that school district, the person is a school district employee, and the school district now intends to close that Forest Hills Elementary School through early next week, now that this case has been reported. Now, in addition to this third case of apparent community transmission in Oregon tonight, there are an additional group of people in Oregon who are currently being monitored by the state because they are seen as being at risk of having contracted the virus. That includes one additional patient who has apparently now developed symptoms and is waiting to be tested. But Oregon is confronting a new status in terms of its role in this coronavirus outbreak in the United States. The president had said that the number of cases.
That makes it a second case. And that makes it exactly what I told you earlier. Many cases. Go back and watch my videos for the last 2 weeks. You'll hear me talking about it. One of them particularly where Oregon Health Authority bozo guy came out and, it's all good. There ain't a single thing to see here. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Like a horse behind. That's a horse's behind. If you don't speak that lingo. Anyway, let's take another look at something else I pulled up for you guys.
Virus uncertainty. Another down day caps off the worst week on Wall Street since October of 2008. The Dow plummeted more than 350 points. The Nasdaq went up less than a point, and the S&P fell.
And this is just a little something about them pushing,
which was scheduled for the 20th and 21st of June this year.
this is like the Olympics wanting to push forward. This guy does bonsai plants, and there's a bonsai thing coming up. Listen to what he has to say about it. It ain't much different than the rest of the money people. It's all about money. Still come. We're still going to have it. So you can get sick and you can get the W.19 and you can DIE. Yeah.
Where we've already had more than 100 people booked to come. In view of this coronavirus epidemic, which might even become a pandemic, many people have asked us what is going to happen to that event. Already there is talk that some big sporting events, and I don't even dare mention the word Olympics, they are all in limbo, as it were. And since June is not very far away, I thought I should make a statement about this event. I would like it to go ahead, and we've discussed it between our staff, and we feel that it should go ahead. But we will leave people to make decisions individually. If you feel it's not safe, then I'm not offended. But if you want to come, and if you are fit and healthy, I will be here to conduct some small workshops and to meet and greet you. So we'll leave it like this.
At least it's not like what I heard about the Olympics. At least the guy's like, you know, if you want to come, come. If you don't, that's fine. But he's still doing it for the money. And that's where it lies. And I understand a lot of this is people are going to have to toughen up and learn how to survive on a budget, which people that have money, it's going to hurt them the worst. These people that are losing big amounts on Wall Street, believe it or not, they can afford it, but it's killing them. Ain't that a shame? You know, I don't feel sorry for the ultra rich. What I feel sorry for is people's 401k stuff. They're trying to tamp down and say, oh, you guys are just fine. Like in my video earlier, oh, just wait it out, wait it out. Well, back to that word again, Enron. Look it up. See if you want to wait it out when there's a possible Enron. And now while all this has been going on, I told you guys this was a big mistake, whether it was intentionally or not, that China has got a big uprising coming. And when I had a viewer actually text me and say this whole thing is just about controlling the Hong Kong protesters and all that. Well, it's kind of the reversal effect. People are like going to start getting, they want their rights now. So listen to what this one gentleman has to say.
We're posting demands for freedom of speech on social media see themselves in Li Wenliang. They say, I would have done the same. I would have signed and kept silent. And now we are seeing this huge crisis. So remembering him has become an act of resistance.
Speaking up is not without risk for Hu Jia. He has spent 4 years in prison and has been warned repeatedly that he might be sent back any time, most likely for many years. Hu is suffering from liver disease and thinks he might not survive another sentence.
They also told me, your parents are already 83 years old. They're in poor health. So if you go to prison again, your whole family will perish.
But Hu has decided not to comply. He is under constant surveillance. Police guard the entrance to his apartment, and he had to sneak away from them to meet.
The doctors are saying when there aren't many people around, you can take off the mask. So I want to take a deep breath.
Hu is a marathon runner, but recently he has been mostly staying in. People are advised to stay at home. In some cities, they are even forbidden to leave their houses. After signing the letter, Hu Jia was confined to his apartment by the police. Now the restrictions have been eased, but he never knows whether the next day he will be allowed to go out again.
It's been quite a while, more than 40 days. It's so depressing. Most people have never experienced this. Suddenly they're experiencing something we dissidents have known for a long time: house arrest. They experience what it means to be locked at home and not able to go out at all.
Real quick, since he put it like that, house arrest, Assange has been going through all kinds of bull. Think about how he feels. He's been in there for how many years under house arrest? And you know, let's just for a minute touch some political BS. You know, with these whistleblowers and this trumped up thing about Mr. T. Get it? Trumped up? It's kind of a joke, but well. About the impeachment hoaxes, whether side you believe it or you don't believe it, it was distracting us from what was going on, guys. I'm telling you right now. You know, whistleblowers heroes. I think one of the biggest heroes, shoot me down and call me a bad guy, is Julian Assange. Because he exposed a lot of things. Another thing they fear big time is he's got all the Hillary stuff. I guarantee it. And it's buried and hidden. And you know what? One of these days it might come out. Wouldn't that be a rock and roll fest? Anyway, back off that because there's too much feuding. Again, I want us to become one, not separate. So if this day forward, if we can all just say we are the 99%. I say it now almost every day. We, red, blue, white, pink, purple, black, white, brown, beige, albino. We are all the 99%. No matter what country, territory you're in, unless you're the 1%, you're a 99%er. So try to get with it, guys. This is maybe our chance to survive this thing together and come out on top. They want free speech. Let them have it in China. World map. Real quick, the reason I'm showing you this is I want you to refer back, I said it in the last video, to your favorite or least favorite outbreak movie. You know, there's tons of them out there, guys. 12 Monkeys is one I referred to a lot because of engineered and etc. But there's tons of them out there. They always have these maps. Look at how big these red dots are getting, guys. This is the reality check. When those dots cover whole areas, we're toast. Not like gone. We all will be hibernating, guys. There's no doubt. If you go out, you'll be like as much protection as you can get, sterilizing yourself when you come back in, and only in emergency cases. There will be no running around. It reminds me of another film called The Happening. And if you haven't seen it, it's about where nature fights back. And so nature decided, you know, we're killing off everything, so we're going to make this type of, let's call it acromet, or a mist, or what they put back out when they take in carbon dioxide, they give us oxygen. Well, they gave us something else in The Happening. It was like this type of a thing, and it basically toasted people. And they lost their minds and stuff. And that's one thing that comes to mind is, you know, when all these people stop, and they can't go out and they can't do anything to nature, nature's going to flourish, guys. Did you ever think about that? There's another movie, too, with Keanu Reeves. It's something of the World at Wars or something. It's the remake, I believe, of the old one with, I can't think of Orson Welles and stuff. War of the Worlds kind of things. A little come and go. But anyway, what I'm getting to, guys, is I just want you to get prepared, buy some stuff. Did you know tonight that we through Dutch Sense covered it? I guess over in Hawaii, you can't buy toilet paper no more. It's gone. Toilet paper's all gone, guys. What does that mean to you? Masks are gone. Toilet paper's gone. in part 1 and part 2 of the cities, factory cities, guys. They're making all this stuff. I guarantee you. And they're making weapons. They're not hurting. They are not. The people are hurting, I believe, out there on the streets. But all the elites moved into the first ghost city. It's already done. Don't kid yourself. There's a lot more going on right now, guys. I'm just looking up to see if there's something new that we haven't seen in the last, say, couple hours. Talks about Google and a bunch of other big companies making their people work at home. I put to you, it won't be long till Amazon and all the delivery services, FedEx, partial post packages, even at some point the mail guys may not run. Think about that one. Wouldn't that be nuts? It ain't far off. Mark my words, you're gonna right now go, that guy's nuts. You know, but come little by little, you're gonna look back and you're gonna go, you know, that guy knew. Just like I refer to Michael of Counsel all the time, and he does interviews with Pastor Paul. Go back and listen to all those things. I've watched him for years. He's called the earthquakes. He's called the meteors coming in. He's called this, called that. I'm going by knowledge and what I see and I hear, and the Lord working with me and through me. I think he does with Michael too. But Michael has a little bit of inside knowledge. I told you guys he has a history and he's connected. So with that, we're going to let you go for this video. I think we covered a few things. We chatted about what's to come. Again, I love you all. Please just go buy a few things. Don't spend all your money. Some people got paid today. Some people get paid Monday. For now, you got to pay your bills and do what you got to do, guys. You know, I don't think it's worth rolling the dice that, like I said, we need to call the governors and the senators and make sure they're going to cover and postpone all debts. All debts have to be put off, period. The bankers are just going to have to bite the bullet. It's the way it's going to be. They got enough money anyway. They've got rich off of our sweat, our tears, our hardships. They took our homes back during the Bush era. You know what? They made money on money and the greed of it all. They make me want to puke. So you know what? If they have to bite the bullet for a while, if not from here on out, too bad. You know, they've got it to lose. When they're living in $1 million homes and packing around $1 billion bags of money, guys, they got more than they need. So it's time they kick back to the 99%, you and I. I love you. God bless you all. And have a good night and stay safe. From Healthcare Sucks. Healthcare Sucks! Out!